An emergency, a sudden surge in boating accidents on Lake Erie. This latest happened this morning when a boat crashed into a break wall by Kelleys Island, injuring 4 people. A medical helicopter took 3 of them to Cleveland's Metro Health Trauma Center. That crash occurred just 2 days after another boating accident near Put-in Bay left 1 woman dead.
News Channel 5's Paul Kiska has the latest information on this morning's crash and what Coast Guard officials say about staying safe on the lake.
Well, investigators say that alcohol was a factor in this morning's boating crash near Kelleys Island. They say they expect to file charges in that accident. Now, boating experts say because we had so much bad weather and rain and storms into the middle of July, it seems now like a lot of boaters are trying to cram 4 months of the boating season into the final 3 or 4 weeks of the summer season. Both boating accidents near the islands this week involved boats crashing into break walls.
Number 1 rule, slow down. Take your time.
Tim Lieb with the Cleveland Coast Guard says boaters need to check their nautical charts. Be familiar with the area. Break walls can be 8 feet high, and only break wall entrances are lit. The rest of the rock wall, difficult to see at night.
If you're going slow and you hit a break wall, you damage your boat a little bit, but hitting it full bore is when people really get hurt.
Lieb says pay attention to the weather. The deadly boating accident near the islands this week happened during a thunderstorm and high waves. Investigators say this morning's crash involved alcohol. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources says that some studies show up to 70% of people killed in a boating accident, whether the boat operator or a passenger, were under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Not all of them, but we definitely have seen a trend where alcohol is a causative factor.
This afternoon, the Coast Guard headed out to do boat inspections. They'll board boats to make sure all passengers have life jackets on board. And they'll check for anyone drinking and boating this weekend. The Coast Guard says it's the law to have life jackets on the boat, but wise to wear them. With the water temperature around 80 degrees, a life jacket could buy you enough time to be rescued.
We always do at work, but even on my own personal boat, if I'm moving, I'm wearing it. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of instances where people would have been going home had they just put a life jacket on.
Good advice there from the Coast Guard in Cleveland. Now, luckily, everyone in this morning's crash was treated and released from Metro. But so far, this boating season on Lake Erie and throughout the state of Ohio, 10 people have been killed in boating crashes. Reporting live downtown, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.